Hey everybody, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just doing a little fun video I posted on my Instagram that I wanted you guys to send in assumptions about me and my life, and I am going to answer those assumptions. I want to say a really quick disclaimer before I get started with this video is that I just wanted to say something real fast about being a YouTuber myself, is that YouTubers don't show their entire life on YouTube. I mean, that's just a fact. Some might, but personally I don't. So you can't really just take pieces of YouTubers' lives and piece them together how you want and make your own story about them. So just keep in mind when you're making assumptions about people, you don't always know the YouTuber that you're watching. Sometimes they choose not to share certain parts of their life, like myself. So just keep in mind in this video is that it's not good to make negative assumptions about people until you know the whole story about their life. But this is just a fun video. I know many of these people weren't trying to be rude at all. There were a couple rude ones, but I'm not actually going to read those because there's no point of calling these people out when they obviously don't like me. So this is just a fun video to answer some of your assumptions about me. It's all in fun. So if you guys want to be in videos like this in the future, I have my social medias down below. I like to do videos like this every once in a while where I just sit down and try to answer some questions about my life. So there is a lot of them, so I won't be getting to a lot of them, and there's a lot of repetitive ones as well. So the first one really just hits it straight off of the bat. The first assumption is your family judges you for your OnlyFans. So that is actually very true. I kind of talked about it in a Vlogmas episode, I believe, when I started my OnlyFans back up, and I'm not gonna get too much into it since, you know, I think my family watches my videos, but basically what happened is I had an OnlyFans a year ago and I made a good amount of money on it. Like, I was able to buy my Mac computer back there with it. I was able to save a lot of it, and it really helped me move out and get a bigger apartment. And one of my family members found out about it, and my parents completely disowned me. And then they told pretty much my entire family what I was doing, and the only person out of my entire family who supported me was my cousin. He was the only one that ever messaged me and gave me niceness. The rest of my family just didn't. So I'm not gonna really get into that now because it's in the past and we're working on building our relationship back up, but it was not very good, and they judge it a lot because they think sex before marriage is like a sin. So the answer is yes, your assumption is right. Next is my favorite crystal is selenite, and actually that is not true. I'm pretty basic. My favorite crystal is amethyst because my favorite color is purple. If you can't tell that my favorite color is purple. So I just really like amethyst. I think it is beautiful, but I love so many different types of crystals, but I would say that that one's probably my favorite. Next is you are over tattoos and piercings and you aren't getting any more. Actually, that is very false. I want to get my septum pierced, and I want to do it after COVID is over because I have to take my mask off to be able to get that pierced. There's a lot of piercings that I still want, and there's so many tattoos that I still want, but all the money I'm saving right now is to go towards getting a house next year. So I'm trying not to spend too much extra money on tattoos, but I have so many tattoo ideas for the future. Next is you regret becoming a YouTuber. And that is completely false. Actually, I wouldn't have the life that I have now. I would probably still be living at home with my parents making absolutely no money at my last job. I don't regret being a YouTuber. Sometimes I regret being it in the fact that I am in the public eye and I have a lot of people who judge me in my life by piecing together things that I say in different videos and make an assumption about my life that is not true. And I don't like when people judge me based on like my animal care and the things that I do in my life and stuff like that, but that all comes with the territory, unfortunately. But no, I do not regret being a YouTuber. The next one is you would rather stay home and chill than go out with people. And that is 100% true. I also got a lot of people saying you're an introvert and you don't like leaving the house, and that is very true. I am very introverted. I mean, to the point where I don't even like coming in contact or seeing another person. It's gotten pretty bad this past year because of COVID, but I get anxiety attacks when I have to leave my house. I don't like leaving the house. The only time I leave my house is when I'm with my boyfriend, my sister, or someone is with me because I hate going out in public without somebody else. Next, I actually got a lot of this one of people saying that I'm shy and it takes me a while to open up to people. And I'm not necessarily shy, actually. I used to be very shy, but I just don't really care about meeting new people. And I don't know if that's bad to say, but I'm very content with who's in my life right now. And I don't really care about meeting new people, but if there's someone that I meet that I really like, I am not very shy. I'm pretty good at talking to people. Sometimes I just choose not to because I can usually tell when someone's vibe is like off. Next is you're more open-minded than your family and the people in your community. And I would definitely say that is true. I wouldn't necessarily say in the community because there are a lot of open-minded people in my community. It's rare, but there are some. I would say I'm very open-minded though. I like to listen to other people's opinions and take them into consideration, but at the same time, I don't like when other people push their beliefs onto other people when it comes to like religion or fitness and health and everything like that. I don't like when other people try to push their beliefs onto you about stuff like that. So I am open-minded to a point because if somebody tries to like push beliefs onto me, I then get really closed off and I don't want to hear it because I just don't agree with it. So I just don't like when people push stuff onto me, but I am open-minded about their opinions if they are nice. Next is you were kind of popular, kind of not popular in high school. Just kind of contradict each other, but I was kind of in the middle. I mean, I've had people like tell me that I was popular in high school and I don't think I was at all because I was actually bullied pretty bad by the popular group, you know, back in the day when that was a thing. I was kind of friends with a bunch of different people in a bunch of different groups, but I had my little friend group that I would always hang out with. So I guess I was popular with my friends, but I don't consider myself popular at all in high school, but I don't know. Everybody's opinion on popularity is different depending on like what group you were in, so it's different for everybody. Next is you are more of a cat person, and that is 100% true. Don't get me wrong, I love my dogs. They're actually sleeping like underneath me right now, but cats are so much easier to take care of. Show a cat a litter box, they go to the litter box and they eat and they sleep, and leave them for a couple days if you need to go out of town with some food and water and they're fine. Dogs are a completely different story. You have to train them, you have to take them out all the time. You have to have crates for them, you have to have a bunch of toys for them, you have to take them on walks all the time, you have to board them or have somebody watch them when you leave to go out of town. Cats are better. Oh, I got this one a lot too, is that I don't want kids, and that is 100% true. I don't like kids. My boyfriend doesn't like kids. Neither of us are kid people. We get really uncomfortable around kids, especially if they are really like not well behaved at all. Neither of us are interested in having them. I have nothing against people who want to have kids, like good for you. I'm glad that you want to have a big family, but personally, I don't really care about them. It may change in the future, like maybe one day when I get married, I'll want to have them eventually, but I just really don't want to bring a kid into this like really crappy world. Next is you've smoked before. And yes, that is true. I don't post that content on YouTube. Many people try to beg me to post content about smoking, and my channel would get like flagged as someone who talks about that kind of stuff, and my videos won't get pushed out and I won't make money, and this is the only way that I live, by being a YouTuber, so I can't really talk about stuff that's inappropriate on YouTube because YouTube has all these really stupid rules now where you can't talk about anything that's not family friendly. So yes, I do smoke. I do that content on OnlyFans, but that OnlyFans is also not just that. So if you want to follow anything about smoking, you may want to follow my new Twitter that I made, but that's also about my OnlyFans, so I don't know. Next is you don't like to cook. And that's actually false. I love cooking. I don't like cooking in my kitchen because it's so small. I don't really have room to cook. But when I have a big kitchen and I have room to like spread everything out, I love cooking. I think it's really fun. Next is you're not good at handling criticism. And that's actually not true. I handle criticism pretty well considering I get criticized for everything that I do in my life on YouTube. The only time it annoys me is when people assume stuff about myself that isn't true. And sometimes I do pop back off at people because I don't like when people are rude to me. And there's this assumption with YouTubers that if somebody is rude to a YouTuber, they're not allowed to be rude back because you're in the public eye. And I think that is wrong. I think YouTubers and people in the public eye, influencers, I think they should be able to defend themselves if people are being rude to them. And I don't think that makes you seem like a bad person. Every single time somebody is really horribly rude to me and assuming things about my life and I respond to them, they immediately get defensive and tell me that I shouldn't be a YouTuber and that I shouldn't have a following because I'm an awful person, but they decided to be rude to me first. I'm a person just like everybody else on this earth is. And I'm also a person who has feelings. So if you have like a negative opinion to say about somebody, all you have to do is keep it to yourself. You don't have to like give it and spread it onto another YouTuber's page. There's no need for it. I've never understood why people feel the need to give their negative opinions. I've never understood it. I've never commented on somebody's video and told them, hey, what you're doing's wrong. Here's how you should act. Like, I've never done that. I don't understand why people do it. Me and my boyfriend go on rants all the time when I read him the comments that I get, because we just don't understand how you can just take the time to write a whole paragraph to an influencer. Like, why? Someone said, you didn't lose your virginity till you were 18. You seemed very innocent in your old videos. And this one is kind of, somebody else's virginity is not your business. And I'm not gonna go into my sex life because that's not really anybody's business, but I actually didn't lose my virginity until the boyfriend that I currently have now, just because I don't like men. I think men are annoying. My boyfriend now is pretty much the only man I find attractive, and I pretty much only find women attractive other than my boyfriend. So I just had no interest in it at all, and seeming innocent is kind of ugly to me. I don't know why somebody would seem innocent. It's just because I didn't choose to talk about my sex life when I was younger. I did have a lot of sexual experiences since I was like 14, and why would I talk about that on YouTube? Like, it's nobody's business. You're the kind of person that never liked school, middle school, high school, and college. And that's true. I did not like school at all. I still don't like school, and I chose to go back to it. It's just, I didn't really like the school setting. I like school a lot better now because I can do it at home. But before, I don't like schools, like the buildings. They're just really negative. Like, there's not good energy in school at all. Next one is, you thought being a full-time YouTuber was hard, and it's a lot harder than you thought. So I knew being a full-time YouTuber was going to be hard from the start. That's why I was actually scared to quit my other job, because I knew being a full-time YouTuber was going to be scary. It really affects my mental health sometimes when I can't upload and do as much as I think I can do, because I'm putting so much on my plate, and it's hard, but I would not take back any other job than being a full-time YouTuber. I love being a content creator. It's so fun. Next is, you don't want to get married. And that's actually false. I think marriage is kind of weird and stupid. I don't feel like it's definitely for everybody. I just think it's a piece of paper. But I do want to get married. I love my current boyfriend, and we've already talked about getting married before, like, obviously not anytime soon, but I think weddings are more to me. I think weddings are way too expensive, and I feel like they should not be that expensive. I feel like a wedding should just be like small and intimate and shouldn't be so extra, but I guess that's just my personal opinion. Marriage is kind of scary because you're basically like signing your life over to another person, and it's definitely not for everybody, but I'm not against it. Next is, the hate has made you think about quitting YouTube. And I've never actually ever thought about quitting YouTube. That's never something I've ever wanted to do. I have such a passion for YouTube that I've never wanted to quit, but the hate has made me take long breaks before. Back in high school, when I first got popular on YouTube, I went from like 2,000 subscribers to like 60,000 in a couple months, and I got a lot of hate on those videos because I was like doing piercings and stuff at home, which you're obviously not supposed to do. So I actually took a 2-year break from YouTube back in high school because I could not handle it. Now I can just turn off comments and just kind of forget about it, but back then I couldn't. But I've never actually thought about quitting. Next is, you are still hated on by people at your old school. And I honestly have no idea if I am or not. I know that I was like about a year after graduating, I still had people talking about me, and there could still be people from high school that talk shit about me, but I really don't care. I feel like I'm doing pretty good in my life right now compared to a lot of people I've seen in high school. So next is, sometimes you regret having so many pets. And no. I feel like there's always a phase after you get a new animal that you're like, why did I do that? Why am I doing this? This is too much to put on my plate. But personally, I just have anxiety and panic attacks. So whenever I get a new animal, my instinct in my brain is to tell myself I can't do it. But I've never regretted, I never wanted to get rid of any of my animals because I can take care of them perfectly fine. I got a lot of people saying that I get misjudged a lot at the beginning when people meet me in person. And pretty much every single person that has ever met me tells me that they think I'm going to be extremely mean and rude in person, because I do have a really bad resting bitch face. I can't help it. It's just my face, but it's really bad. Like, people think that I'm just mad all the time, and I could be the happiest in the world and I still look angry because my face just does that. Even my own boyfriend thought I hated him after like 3 dates because I just look that way. I don't know. But most people, when we talk about like first assumptions and stuff, they always tell me that they think I'm gonna be a bitch, but then I'm actually like a super nice and chill person. I don't really like talking about myself in a positive way because I feel like I'm being conceited, but most people tell me that I'm just really calm and I just kind of chill, because I even got the award in high school for like the Relax Award or something like that, because I never really showed much like emotion. I would always just be calm and chill all the time. Next is, you'd be down to date any gender. And obviously I'm dating my boyfriend now, who is a man, and I said beforehand that he's the only guy I find attractive, and that is true. I'm bisexual. I pretty much just find anyone attractive. I don't know if that's pansexual, but I don't really care like about body parts or anything like that. I mostly just care about your intelligence and your personality. That's what I am attracted to. And that's what I'm attracted to with my boyfriend, is that he's obviously super hot. I mean, anybody can look at him and see that he's hot, but he has a great personality and he's so incredibly smart, and that is what attracted me to him. I don't like people who are dumb. Like, I'm attracted to smart people, and I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. I got 2, both saying that me and my sister are close and that I'm a good big sister. Me and my sister are definitely very close. She's my best friend because I don't really have any friends. She probably would not say that I am her best friend because she has a best friend, but we are very close. She comes over at least once or twice a week and we'll watch like anime and K-dramas together, and she tells me stuff that she's like too scared to talk about with, you know, the family and everything, because they're very judgmental. So I feel like we are very close for being sisters. We hardly ever fight. The only time we fight is when I'm trying to give her advice and she doesn't want to hear it. The next is, you struggle with your mental health. And that is actually very true. It's been worse lately than it is probably been in a while. And I think it's just because of the way my YouTube channel is going right now. And it's really bad that my YouTube channel is what affects my mental health, but I can't help what my brain does. So basically the month of December, my views were crazy, like crazy good, because I uploaded every single day. Obviously it's gonna be better. I was feeling really good about myself. Like, I had people watching my videos, I had people commenting all the time, I had people following me, and I had that just positive enforcement in my mind that people wanted to watch what I put out. And then January rolled around and I took a break and I stopped uploading every single day, and then my YouTube really crashed when it came to analytics. So I talked about this on Twitter, but basically in the month of December, I made about $4,000 on YouTube. And then this month I've made barely even 1,000, just because I went from uploading every single day to not uploading every day. And that really takes a toll on my mental health, because I feel like people don't want to watch me. I feel like I'm not getting the views that I need. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to live. I feel like my animals are gonna be taken away from me. I get all of these really bad thoughts in my head, and it really puts me into a really deep depression. And I really have to like work to talk myself out of it. And I know it's not true, but when you constantly have to look at numbers all day when it comes to like being a content creator, it really can affect your mental health pretty badly. Next is, you feel out of place in your family. And I definitely do. I don't feel out of place with my sister because she's the same as me, but everybody in my family, like literally every single person, is Republican, which is the opposite of me. Hardcore Christians, the opposite of me. And just their beliefs and what they do with their life is very opposite to me. So when we're at like family get-togethers and stuff, I don't really talk about my life or my beliefs because I get attacked. So I do feel out of place in my family. I try not to think about it too much because it upsets me. Next is, you want to live in a city, like a city apartment. And no, I don't actually. I am someone who would like to live in a house in the middle of the woods. My boyfriend lives in the middle of Atlanta and his apartment is beautiful. Atlanta, like, I live close to Atlanta, but not in the middle of the city. I think it's pretty to an extent, but big cities have a lot of just scariness in them. And being a woman, I don't feel safe being alone in a city myself. That's just how I feel, especially in Atlanta. So I think like city apartments are beautiful. I went to a party, an Atlanta party, last year before COVID, and she had like a penthouse. And this, like, the apartment looking out to the city was absolutely beautiful. It's just not for me. Okay, so that was pretty much all of the assumptions. The rest of them were pretty much either rude or they were just repetitive and the same questions I've already answered. I hope you guys kind of got like a new perspective of my life and some of the things that I choose to do and stuff like that. I wanted to do a video like this because I've been getting a lot of hate comments, like assuming things about my life that weren't true, and people telling me that I should just get over it because I'm a YouTuber, and that's false. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I like doing sit down videos every once in a while just so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. Make sure to check out my other channels down below. I have a pet channel and a reading channel, and I also have a gaming channel. If you guys didn't know, I only post on there for fun every once in a while, but I'm about to hit 10K on there and I didn't even know. So if you guys want to follow me there, I have a gaming channel as well. And also all of my social medias are down below. I also do have a Patreon where I make exclusive behind the scenes content. I make exclusive videos. We have a Discord server, and we do a lot of extra content on there if you guys would like to subscribe to that. And also, of course, my other social medias like Twitter, Instagram, and all of that is down below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.